What's going on, everyone? Welcome, Rabid here. Uptober day 2, and Bitcoin is hitting new all-time highs. But today, we're going to take a look at what is the current state of crypto mining for all of us miners. So right now, we are going to start off in looking into the ASIC miner aspect. I am at 12-cent power at my place, so not the greatest, and obviously a lot of you guys out there have even more expensive power, but you can get power prices as low as 8 cents. I will have this link down in the description, but Terra hosting here, obviously fill in your name and email address, what kind of hardware you want to send there. You can also purchase ASICs through Terra as well, you know, your models, quantity, are they new or used, and so on in the message, and they will get back to you. But yeah, they are providing around 8-cent power, I believe is what they're at right now, but obviously double check with them. But cheaper the power you can find, obviously the more profit that's out there. So coming in to look at the current profitability of ASIC miners, we're at mining now, and we can see ASIC miner profitability. I got all the coins on here. The Gold Shell XT box, I believe it's sold out for batch 1. It should be coming back in the next, I don't know, but we have about 10 to 12 more days until they actually start shipping. So it'll be interesting to see how this number does look. Right now, it's saying about $43 a day at 12-cent power, but we'll see what happens in about 3 weeks' time when these things have been shipped for a little over a week. So this is a number we're definitely going to have to keep our eyes on and keep tracking to see how that hash rate looks. A lot of these ones are not yet released yet, so they are null and void when these things do release. Obviously, these are all for script, so we're going to see all of these numbers start to drop slowly here. Bitmain is releasing some powerhouses there. A lot of people are. AlphaPex has got some new DG2 Plus here, rocking some stuff. 20.5 gig hash, insane. That's sitting at about $18 a day. The Jazz Miner X44P, I wish that thing would hurry up and release, but I don't know when it's going to. But this thing is an extremely efficient machine. Jazz Miner, the latest one, is going to be absolutely crazy. So just moving on here, we got an L9 17 gig hash, so about $14.68 a day. Not too shabby. We got the L9 15. This is the one I currently have, about $12.95 a day in profit. Remember, that's profit range. What else do we got here? Not to a Z15 Pro. This thing is coming in on EcoHash here, you know, your Zcash and stuff, about $10 a day. So that's interesting. But keep in mind, I think something is going to be happening to Zcash soon. I can't remember what it is. Is this the one with the other coins on it? I might be thinking of something else maybe, but I thought this might be moving to like a proof of stake, or it might be doing something soon, so this miner would be toast eventually, but I could be wrong, and I might be thinking of a totally different coin. So let me know in the comments if you heard anything about Zcash. That might not be the case. I might be thinking about something totally different, so I could be 100% wrong on that aspect. Just kind of be careful there. Okay, continuing on here, we got the Flu Miner L3. This one is going to be a new script miner. It looks pretty interesting, 9.5 gigabytes, but still not yet released yet. We got the AE3. We got some Leo action happening. You know, we're hoping that it could see a nice spike. Whoa, everything's jumping all over the place. Once Bitmain releases their miner, or maybe they're not going to do that anymore and it's just done at this point. We have no idea. You know, we're in the very exciting times right now with the potential peak of the cycle this month. I went through that a little bit in yesterday's video. Check that out if you haven't seen it yet, but it's very interesting. You know, we could be coming up to the peak right now. And then we got, you know, all these Apollo V2s. We're kind of coming down, but still we have decent profit for a decent, even the L7 is making some profit right now. Only $3.35 a day, but you know, this thing is technically should be ROI by now for sure for people that got them very early on. But again, you know, who knows? It all depends how you were with your crypto bags and stuff. So yeah, that's ASICs, I guess, in a nutshell, and how they're doing. Now it's time to move over to GPUs. And this could be maybe a little bit on the scary side. All right, so I am a little bit worried to look. So I'm at my 12-cent power here, mining GPUs. I don't really want to look at this because I have a feeling that it's just not looking good. And I've been saying this for years now, that this cycle is probably just most likely a GPU reset, where people are finally going to see that throughout this entire bull cycle and everything, GPUs are going to be absolutely horrible, and a lot of people are going to quit. A lot of people have already given up, and we can see from channels and everything losing views, and just the people aren't out there like they once were, obviously, when Ethereum was around. So the attention span for crypto is dropping quite a bit for the mining, but that's expected with profitability dropping all the time everywhere, and it looking like we're still not doing good. Remember, this time last cycle we were making $4, $5, $6 a day on a single GPU, and people just were actually that's wrong. When the first cycle first started up, we're making $4, $5, $6 dollars a day on it. Then all of a sudden the difficulty, we're getting, we're starting to hit peak difficulty. We're actually down to only making maybe $1 or $2 after power on our GPU. So nothing major, but definitely way better than what it was now. But obviously we're still in high profit range. $2 profit after power per GPU is actually pretty darn good, especially when you have 30 to 100 to 1,000 GPUs. You're making some pretty good money. But right now, it's not looking that way. 4070 Ti, most profitable GPU right now, is making 15 cents at 12-cent power. That's pretty darn rough. So as I said, people are going to finally realize this. And I think next cycle, we might be okay on GPUs because so many people finally quit and selling off their hardware and their farms and so on. But we still have to wait another 4 years to see how the next cycle plays out. But right now, we're coming to the end of this, almost moving into the next bear, and we have not seen anything happen. Not even the mining and hodling for a pump seems to be working out at this point. It's just very rough. Like, look at this. 15 cents the most profitable here on a 4070 Ti. Like, where's the 5000 series? Like, what are they doing here? Here's a 5060 Ti Flux. 4 cents on Flux. Is something broken here? We got a 5070 here. 1 cent on Ergo. A 5060 here. 1 cent on Flux. Like, where the heck are... Here's a 1660. Like, this is an old GPU, and it's breaking even on Vertcoin. VTC here, we got a 5080 is negative on Conflux. Like, what? 5090 is negative on Ergo. Like, what's going on here? Are they missing a bunch of some of the profitable coins or something? Or they're just burning too much power for what they do? Yeah, it's freaking rough. Absolutely rough out there. Wow. Like, GPUs, guys, it's I don't even know what to say. It's not looking good. A lot of people are moving into crypto AI, but in theory, the crypto AI platforms is just like this. People flood into where the profit is, and the next there's too many rigs saturating that network, and then all of a sudden everything becomes super cheap and you're not making anything anymore. So then hardware comes from one platform to another platform, so now people start running around. Then you got to find the other platform again, and where there's hardly any, there's more demand because there's hardly any hardware, and then people start paying higher prices again. And then it's just a flip-flop. Just like crypto mining, crypto AI is a flip-flop going back and forth all the time as well. So it's really just a huge pain for most people that like to just set it and forget it. Those times are gone. All right, so now we're going to take a look at CPUs. So CPUs, oh yeah, make that money. Okay, I can't sing. What is going on? Oh, these are big, expensive epics. So yeah, $1.47. This is making on Tari, $1.22 on XMR for like a $50 million CPU. Just kidding, it's not that much, but I don't know what that is. Let's look at something more reasonable, like let's just see, 50. What am I looking at here? I don't want that. I want a 7950X something. Yeah, let's do that. Look at these. So this saying 42 cents profit. That's not bad. That's better than every GPU out there for GPU mining. Obviously, if salad is high and stuff. Speaking of salad, I think there is a high demand on salad right now, so check that out if you want to give it. I believe 4090s, 4080s. 5090s might have it. We'll have a look at that in a minute though. But anyway, yeah, we're doing pretty decent here. I do believe it is profitable. I haven't worked out my power costs, but I did try Cubic actually last week. If we come into here and look at my payout for the last epoch, and I just come in and search my payouts, search payouts, come into the last epoch here. And it looks about $70.97. And that's just off the XMR side of things. So I'm still waiting the pending shares. This isn't going to be very much, as right now CPUs are making the majority of their coins from that. A halving went through, so everything is cut in half. So I'm curious how much hash rate fell off of Cubic and if our yields are kind of coming back up. So it'll be interesting to see next week when this one comes out, because before the halving, I was getting around 61 to 65 million Cubic a week. And now in 41, so I can get, potentially around 20 here, we'll be about the same as prior to the halving. But I'm guessing I'm only going to get like 5 or something. Like, you don't get very much because you're also versing the CPUs, or your CPUs are versus the GPUs and hash rate here, and the GPUs just outperform them severely. So that's why you're getting 50% of that emissions boost to XMR, and miners are making majority of theirs through the XMR side of things. But that was also obviously both sides were cut in half in the halving. But anyway, 70 USD, so that worked out to something only like 12 or $14 a day. That was for 6 days, not the full 7. I started a day late after the epoch, so that's not too bad. $12 to $14 a day or something, I think, for power for what I had on. I got to go through it all. I think I only use like $6 or $7 a day, so that's not too bad, not too bad. But again, I don't know the numbers for sure. I'm going to turn off my rigs, turn on only my CPUs in the garage, and see exactly how much power they're using, so I can figure that out, and I'll go through all that stuff in a different video. And I also want to wait for how much to get in cubic to see how well that paid off. But it looks like just from XMR, I definitely covered my power, and there was some profit there. So, that's obviously a big plus side. All right, so I mentioned salad earlier. It looks like it's not as high as it was. There was some more GPUs being high, but the 4090 has been high demand for, I think, at least 4 days in a row now. The 4070 Ti Super is in high, 3090 Ti is high. The 3090 was high as well, and now it's down to moderate. And there was, I think there was a 3060 in the Ti or something in here that was it, moderate or something, but I can't 100% remember. But definitely 4090s, guys, is looking like it is in high demand, and has been for, like I said, 4, maybe even 5 days. So almost a week. So you should be making this week, at least on salad, a decent amount. And I will have a link for salad down in the description there if you have not tried it or anything yet. All right, guys, so that's pretty much what things are looking like right now. Let's see who our top gainers are. I'm just going to refresh all this here. And if you are looking for any miners or anything, be sure to check them links down in the description. Check my website for deals. Check my Amazon links out. If you just want to click the Amazon link and search anything you want if you're shopping on Amazon, just hit that shop Amazon link, and it helps out the channel at no extra cost to you. But yeah, here we got at the total here. Looks like Abilene is at 26%. Oh, we got Minotari XTM here. Tari is up 15 from yesterday's big downfall. Duro is still up a little bit. Monko, we got some Raptorium is moving up, so that's nice. Monero's moving back up. It's over $300 again. Awesome. BNB, Dogecoin's up. It's at 25 cents. Nice. So who's our biggest losers now? Aeon. So that was a bigger one yesterday. Dynex was a big one yesterday. It is down 10% now. We got QRL, which is down 4. It's been pumping for a decent amount of time now. Actually, if we look at this and go over the past 7 days, it's been doing a nice steady stream. It doesn't look that great, actually. Now that I look at the 1 month, actually is looking not too shabby there, so it might be coming to its peak here. I do believe QRL also, you can mine this on the X5. It does work, but it sounds like they are moving to a proof of stake system. So sadly, this will no longer be proof of work. So that sucks, and I'll probably never look at that coin ever again once that happens. Anyway, guys, that pretty much does wrap up this video. Let me know your thoughts and opinions on Uptober so far. If you haven't seen yesterday's video, be sure to check it out. Do you think this is going to be the month where we hit our cycle peak for Bitcoin? And again, remember, some altcoins could peak their cycles, as well as the late stragglers. I went through it all in that video, guys, but thank you for checking this out. Share it all around. How do you think crypto mining is currently faring right now compared to last cycle? I'll see you on the next one. Rabid out.